What's up guys, Andrew here, and today we are going to talk about Hackintosh. A Hackintosh is a Macintosh hacked. Well, hacked is not a bad term in this case. It simply means installing an original copy of macOS 10 on a Windows PC. So of course this is not an easy thing to do, or at least it wasn't 2 or 3 years ago, because nowadays things changed quite a bit. I mean, a real Macintosh has both the software and the hardware built in the same place, Apple. So OS X is built to run specifically on Mac's hardware, and making it compatible with third-party components is just hard. Just imagine you speaking a foreign language, for example. Fun fact, I am Italian and not English. I think you already figured this out. Ciao Italia. Or just imagine you living in a completely different place compared to the one you're used to. I mean, this thing doesn't even know that this other thing exists. And they managed to run the entire Mac operating system on it. Mind-blowing. Well, a few seconds ago I said they. But they who? Well, there is a huge community behind the Hackintosh world, providing good softwares to make tasks easier and ready to help anyone. Really one of the best communities on the internet. So thanks to all these amazing people, building a Hackintosh has become something much more spread and easy for the average user. But the question is, which are pros and cons of using a Hackintosh as your primary productivity machine in 2016? Let's try to find this out. Alright, first pro is surely the price. Indeed, building a Hackintosh is way cheaper than purchasing a real Mac with same specs. For the records, I'm rocking a Hackintosh, it's this one behind me, and it's featuring an Intel Core i7 5820K, GTX 980 Ti, 16GB of RAM and many other cool things. Paid around $2,000, which is the price of a slightly upgraded 5K iMac. Well, $2,000 is still a really high price, but I saw other Skylake builds for like $500, and they were able to run the latest OS X version flawlessly. Which Mac can you buy for $500? I bet this budget is even too little for buying the Apple logo printed behind Macs. This is funny and hilarious at the same time. Second pro is customization. Now, it's like you are mixing two different religions. You are mixing a custom, water-cooled, lighted, badass gaming PC with such a minimal and light operating system based on productivity like macOS. Don't you think it's like getting the best from both sides? Alright, so third pro is that you can upgrade your machine wherever you want. Just remove a bunch of screws and your pieces are naked and exposed. Want to upgrade RAM? Well, you can. Want to add another graphics card? Well, you can. The case, guys, you can pick up the case you want. Any size, any form, just the one you like the most. I wonder how you are getting those replacements at Apple. Oh, Jesus Christ. And last but not least, feel free to install as many operating systems as you want. Hackintoshes always use a custom bootloader. Call it Clover, call it Chimera, it gives you the ability to boot Windows, Mac and Linux with one click. Just slide another hard drive inside your beast, install your preferred OS there, and you're basically good to go. Alright, now that I've made you falling in love with Hackintoshes, let's talk about disadvantages. And will I fade all this awesomeness away, like magic? First of all, building a fully working Hackintosh is not a quick thing. As I said before, gorgeous sites like Tony Mac made this task easier, but not quicker. First of all, forget to do it on pre-built PCs. I mean, you can do it, if you're lucky you will even get a discrete result, but if you really want a reliable OS X machine, you have to build it, starting from scratch on your own. Indeed, picking Hackintosh part is, in my opinion, the most important point of the whole story. There are many forums with detailed posts explaining what pieces will give their best on Mac environments. If you choose bad parts, you will never really have a Hackintosh, just a bad clone of a Mac. For example, few days ago I managed to install El Capitan on my laptop, which is one of the less compatible ones. Yes, OS X was running fine, but a lot of things were buggy and Wi-Fi wasn't working, for example. That is not a PC, that is just like a prototype, a crappy prototype. Another disadvantage, handling updates. Now on real Macs is that simple. You open up Mac App Store, check for updates, and if there are, just download and install them. The same thing done on a Hackintosh could fuck up everything. Indeed, most Hackintosh users update it just once a year, starting from scratch, when the new major release of OS X comes out, of course. So they just format the hard drive and reinstall the operating system. It's almost time to update this guy to macOS Sierra, by the way, so leave a thumb up button if you want to see a detailed step-by-step guide. Third con, Hackintoshes need constant maintenance. Surely they need it more frequently than original Macs do. Now most people don't agree with this statement, but trust me, if you don't want your PC slowly start to turn into a perfect crap, you have to be careful. You have to follow blogs, posts, developers, and keep yourself updated about the latest drivers, guides, patches for your specific machine. Also, because you're going to invest a significant amount of money, I advise to avoid Hackintosh if you're a noob. I know it isn't a difficult thing, but at least you need to be familiar with everyday computing terms. What is a driver, what is a kernel, what boot flags are, and things like that. If you have no idea what I've just said, you have 3 loser options. Stick with Windows, purchase a real Mac, or try OS X on a virtual machine. Guys, how even sad is that last one? Jeez. And last con, even if you build a PC specifically to run OS X, you will never be 100% sure it won't, like, suddenly crash or reboots or panic at any time, for whatever reason. If you paid attention to your parts, this will surely happen more rarely, but it will definitely happen sometime. And maybe if it happened that night when you are late with all your jobs and your boss want you to have everything ready for tomorrow morning, I would not be in your place, dude. Now there's another thing that could happen if you choose bad parts. OS X couldn't be able of taking advantage of all their power. It will literally be a waste of time, money, and power. So once again, choose carefully your pieces. So guys, this was my opinion about Hackintoshes, but of course I'm really interested in hearing even what do you think about them. So please be sure to let me know, leaving a comment down below. Also guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumb up button, check out my Twitter, my Instagram, blah blah blah, everything will be down in the description below, and have a great day fellows, see you again in my next video.